Welcome to the Buy Box Bandits podcast.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Buy Box Bandits podcast. Today we have our friend Billy Flips. He'll be linked in the description. Go check him out. Filling in for Danny as well, and we're gonna kind of chop it up, talk through some different things, and all that. But Billy, just tell our audience a little bit about what you do.
Yeah, I'm still kind of a beginner seller, but I've been talking to these guys for a few months now, and I'm mostly still doing books, but I'm getting into OA, and yeah, we're just gonna chop it up.
And you're totally one of the boys, like quick, because you post a lot of content, so I could see you were working hard and everything, and you were a natural integration into our group chat and everything. So
Billy's stock went up like 100% in the last week.
Yeah,
Since
dude,
Miami, his stock went
by storm. Yeah. So was it last episode we had Romer and Taylor?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
so you were at their event, which is cool.
Right.
We were both jealous that we weren't able to make it, but that was cool. You got to meet a bunch of actually BBB guests and obviously, prominent people in the Amazon space and everything. But you're just doing books right now?
Yeah, I still have my whole inventory is still mostly books, so it's the best way for me to maximize my dollar right now.
Yeah, low risk, because you have the time, right? You have the time to put in that sweat equity where you can work a lot harder to find that, is because at least at the start, you didn't necessarily have the money to buy OA stuff immediately.
Right.
Yeah.
How much did you start with?
Like 1,500, and then almost half of that got sunk into the LLC right away.
Oh, geez.
And then I
So
had to buy,
you started with a lot. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay. So you started with a lot more than I'd recommend for people that want to do books. But I mean, clearly it's worked because you kind of went the separate route of not necessarily, learning on your own, but you've been an active member in the community the whole time. So naturally, a lot of opportunities are coming to you because you're putting yourself out there through all the content.
definitely.
And the thing is, right? If you surround yourself, and this is going to sound cliche, but if you surround yourself with people that are 3, 4xing what you're making, you're eventually going to get to their level. I mean, that's just how it is. It's a fact.
Yeah, because honestly, the Amazon community in terms of like people on socials is so small. You know what I mean? There's just not enough people that post consistently and all that. And that's totally cool. I'm not saying you have to post, but even the once a week, just having it, like there's some huge players out there who post once a quarter, once a month. They toss up an Amazon seller screenshot, but that's leverage. It's immediate leverage when you DM someone, ask a question, stuff like that. So I think everyone pretty much should have a reseller account, or at least strongly consider, you know what I mean? Because Billy, literally, man, probably 2 months ago, we didn't even know each other, but you kept responding to my stories. And so,
Yeah.
I got to check out what this dude's up to and everything. And you were, posting a lot and everything. And now you're, it seems like making some great friends and all that. And we've, gotten pretty close. And it's gotten to the point where I'm like calling you when I find stuff, force feeding you leads to get that OA going.
Yeah.
So that's something pretty much no one gets, that isn't in fourth whatever, like different coaching program or whatever. But you just literally you get all that for free, just for being a friend and everything. That is natural, that because eventually you'll find stuff that helps me and everything. And I'm not saying everything's transactional, but you get the idea in that you're right, 20 or 19.
20, yeah.
Exactly. And that's literally the exact same age was. Y'all can scroll back 3 years on Instagram and see what I was up to. That you did one time, right?
I did that one.
Miles loves talking about how long he's been at the Instagram.
Yeah, isn't it so?
Loves it.
That's a fact. Isn't it so similar to what you're doing now?
It is. I was surprised. Like, you started off just the same way I did, pretty much.
I mean, dude, I got screenshots of my first week on Amazon, and it's like 4 sales, $86 in sales, or like 117 or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, you can start as small as you want. And another point on the book stuff, it's a shame Danny's not here because Danny loves talking about the book stuff, but you can start so small and make such inexpensive mistakes, right? Because think about this, right? If you're buying a book for 25 cents, and if it sells, right, you'll make $5 profit. If it doesn't sell, who cares? It's 25 cents. It's a learning experience to get the motions of listing stuff, sending it off to Amazon, all that. So you don't make any major mistakes that would end up costing you $100 or $75 on an OA product, that kind of stuff.
Right.
How are you sourcing mainly right now?
Books?
Yeah. Are you just going to Goodwills? I think I've seen some of your content going to Goodwills, right?
Yeah, that's where I get most of them. And then I've been to a few library sales, but the one where I get most of my stuff, they let me in the back and check out the bins.
Talk
'Cause
about
it's
that
great.
though, because that's big. Talk about the backroom access.
Yeah, I mean, you just gotta be presentable.
No.
And
But what is it? What is it? Like conceptually, like what is it?
what do you mean?
Okay, so basically, if you go to like a thrift store, for example, they have books out on the shelves,
Oh, okay.
probably have more raw stuff in the back, or many times they do, right? So you
Yeah.
ask them and say, hey, can I go check out the books in the back? Because that's digging that other people won't do. And hopefully we don't clip that. But that's stuff that other people do. And those books haven't been scanned through by other resellers, right? Because there are other, there's probably other people in your area doing it, right? Like I was storefront stalking and I found someone that lives like 15 minutes. That had never happened before. I found someone that lived like 15 minutes away. It was kind of interesting. And I think they were doing
Wait, how
it.
can you see the address on a store?
Well, it's not like that's a target of stuff, but when you come, so you really haven't done any OA sourcing then.
No, I have.
You can see an address listed
Yeah.
on their storefront.
Yeah, and I'm not like trying to be
That's
creepy or whatever, but naturally you click to someone, then you click their store, you're naturally gonna you end up seeing it. You know what I mean? Just it's not like
Yeah.
I'm looking at it closely and everything like that. But yeah, so then you go in, right? Because you obviously this isn't applicable for books, but for other types of products, getting an idea of what other people are selling, because they're obviously selling stuff to make money. They wouldn't have it in there, they wouldn't have it listed and all that sent to Amazon if they weren't trying to make money. Otherwise, there'd be no point. So if I like to think of the ideology that if they can find something profitably, so can we. You know what I mean? Or at least a certain amount of products you'll be able to if you put in the time and all that.
For sure.
Yeah, it's just a matter of matching their buy cost, right? And it depends on the seller. If it's an OA seller, a good majority of that stuff's probably going to be on sale, which you can't replicate that purchase, right? But the replenishable nature of the purchasing is going to happen when you can replicate the buy cost at retail price, right? Because then it just becomes on demand. Whenever you need that product, you purchase it.
Yeah,
Yeah, those are the
And that's why we're trying to get you into OA, Billy, is because OA is on demand, right? Whenever you need more inventory, you sign on your computer, you purchase.
Or go look
Whenever you
for
need
it.
more
and then
inventory,
buy
you
it,
keep
yeah.
sourcing more to expand your catalog. Whereas with books,
Way
you
more
can get
scalable.
hard drive. What's up?
It's way more scalable as well.
Yeah,
Absolutely. You can get in your store, drive to a Goodwill, and you don't know what you're going to find. Whereas I know if
Yeah.
I sit down for 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, I can either 1, replenish the same stuff, or 2, find a couple good warm leads that maybe will turn into something.
Yeah, and it's not like you'll ever be sitting down, probably maybe at the start, but like we were never sit down for like 4 hours in a row. It would serve us well,
Right,
probably, but it's typically less than that in terms of, right? Because all you need is one good item to get the ball rolling, because you got very good proof of concept and all that. And I mean, I force fed you that one, so those will fly too.
I have others too.
Oh, nice. Because you
that-
sent me some stuff too.
uh,
Yeah, cool. All right. Are you getting free UPS labels?
Yeah, they should be waiting for me when I get back.
I'm gonna show that for the YouTube viewers. Yeah, you can get.
I'm gonna put it into my-
Yeah, it's like cash, man. It's like big stacks of cash and all that. But the way to do that is basically your 4x6 labels for shipping stuff you can get for free from UPS if you set up an account and Google UPS free shipping supplies. And there'll be a site. They'll only let you do one of each, I'm pretty sure. But if you email them, I'm pretty sure they'll send you unlimited. I don't know. I asked for like 10 and I got 10, which is.
Yeah, make sure you make a business account though too.
Yeah. Oh, well,
because
you need to. Yeah. If you email them, they'll ask you for your business account number. And then I had to go ahead and create one too within my normal account.
Yeah.
Are
It's
you
crazy
still in
though.
college?
I'm gonna go back in the fall.
Okay.
I'm 90% sure.
Hopefully you'll be all away by then. I think it probably.
No, yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan.
Yeah.
But the
If
crazy thing
Miles
is,
and I have something to do with it, you're gonna be making more than your professors would be. So you're.
yeah, that's for sure.
With a shitload of hard work. Yeah.
I mean,
I don't want to
just for the obviously
everything.
it's a lot of work to do that. Yeah. Like, but you were saying it's funny. What?
Yeah, starting out like trying to go into the back of the Goodwills, like 90% of the managers are like super against it for like.
It's probably against, like, they're probably not supposed to do it.
Yeah, maybe not. But I feel like the store manager, if they were there and you were saying like, I want to buy more books, like why wouldn't they let you go look in the back?
Yeah, I don't know. Like that's the kind of thing where they don't own it, you know what I mean? So they're probably not incentivized for the store to do better that
Right.
much or
They
something.
have the employee mindset where you have to follow the rules.
I mean, it's
Well,
probably
yeah,
something.
it's more so the incentives, I would say. Yeah, and there are rules, obviously. Like,
Just because the books aren't priced yet doesn't mean you can't price them after I find the ones I want. Like you
facts,
can't
It's just about motivation. They just, you need to offer them value for them to offer you value. It's
Yeah,
it's a relationship thing. If
yeah.
you walk up there with sweet talk the manager with a cup of Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts, I think he'd probably have a different perception, rather if you're just looking for the books in the back.
Yeah.
Tell us
sure.
about the Goodwill bins you were at the other day, because those are an experience for anyone who's never been to the Goodwill bins.
That was only like my second time ever checking those out, but I was with my grandma going sourcing.
Those actually are those are the trenches. Like that.
Yes,
Like
that is
anyone, go if you're listening to this, like go pause the episode and go Google Goodwill bins. I'm gonna do it and show it for the YouTube people. Actually, like it's pay by the pound.
trenches.
It's just a bunch of random stuff. They have them all around too. Like I've been to one or two before.
I've never
The
been.
books
Are
are
they
very
in?
good.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
one
I've
in
never seen
Harrisburg.
it around.
Like
Yeah,
it's
Miles, the
actually.
grayscale is dope.
Oh, facts. Yeah. Everyone listening, grayscale your iPhone too. It makes it less addictive. Yeah.
So is it clothes, books, all that sort of stuff, or is it just books, or what's the?
Yeah, it's just anything like random stuff, just like TVs and
Oh,
Oh, so
yeah. It's like they.
it
I
can't be
assume
that
they.
efficient to look through for books.
Well,
uh,
they sometimes in some Goodwills they'll section off ones that are only books.
yeah, they had a little section, but I didn't find anything good.
Yeah. Oh, and it was the ones that. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, because Florida, I assume, has pretty good books statistically. It's like because I guess there's a larger older population. But
Yeah.
New England especially, and there's good books everywhere, obviously, but like New England especially, you're gonna be eating textbooks alive come the end of the semester.
I was gonna say, have you worked on any textbooks yet?
I've sent in a few, but none like I haven't gone directly to students or I
One more
did
month.
one
Yeah.
pick up from a
End of this
professor.
month. Do you still have Snapchat?
No.
That's impressive. Delete Snapchat if you. I know we're just giving life advice to all our viewers right now, but deleting Snapchat improved my life as well. But if you're someone and you know a lot of college students, or you're in a college town or in college yourself, like toss up, the Instagram story. Who has textbooks? Like, I'm trying to buy them at the end of the semester. Those things. And
Even if you have a personal Instagram, anywhere where you can, or here's a secret tip, right? Just go in different Facebook groups. Every class has their own groups, right? Like
Yeah.
UConn Law, UConn Nursing Program 2022, like all these different colleges have programs.
That's
right?
an
Go to
old
the Facebook
school.
group.
That's an old school Romer the Romer technique.
That's where I got it from. And you just put a little ad, a professional ad, a little quick ad, right? And say, hey, I'm buying textbooks for cash if anyone's trying to get rid of them.
Y'all.
Because the thing is, right, when you're working with college students, likely is the case that their parents bought those textbooks, so they don't have that same sort of connection to the book. I mean, it's a textbook to begin with, whatever, right? But like to them, $30-$40 is just beer money for that night, right? Oh, give me $30. That's 3 beers, 4 beers, whatever, right? So it's
$30
you could probably
4 years.
depends where you are, but I
In
mean,
Miami, it's like one.
Yeah, aren't like 16 packs of like the college type beers like $10 or something? I don't know.
well, no, at a bar as opposed to like a beer store is different.
Yeah.
But
Oh, are you like pretty educated on that stuff or something?
no,
Oh, yeah.
well,
Okay.
I'm a big White Claw guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's very besides that. I'm a big online arbitrage guy. So what have been like because you basically the reason why you haven't done OA that much is because of capital.
Yes. But I just paid off the 2 cards that I'm using, so I have another $1,000 to spend.
Bang. All right, I might help you take care of that after this. I'm trying to think if there's anything right
It's
now.
weird because I submitted the payment for today and it hasn't went through yet. I don't know if you guys' cards are like that.
Oh, so it depends what bank. Like Amex is incredibly good. Capital One is incredibly slow. Like that just depends on the bank. What you should do is half the stuff you order. Wait, how many units did you order?
20.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. So I don't know. I was gonna say merchant fulfill some of them, but yeah, probably not in that case.
Right, but the thing is, right, you can still
I
be
think costs
sourcing even if you don't have capital.
True.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can still spend time sourcing, one, to continue to develop the skill, because the skill is not going to grow if you don't work on it. But two, when you do have capital, like you have your 1,000 now, if you've been sourcing the past couple of days, you would have leads ready to go, right? If you spend a little
yeah.
time every single night.
I have 2 or 3 leads that I'm ready to bounce on. But
Dang.
what other methods should I try besides reverse sourcing? Because that's pretty
None.
much all I.
None. If
Yeah.
you're having success with the reverse sourcing, why mess with it? Everything else is capital intensive.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
reverse
I mean,
is also the best way to do stuff too, in my opinion.
yeah, like we were
Well,
talking about on the live stream, right? Sourcing is just a matter of putting your eyes on as many products as possible to get through all the fluff, right? Reverse sourcing is always going to have the highest conversion, but on a restricted budget, granted, TA is going to allow you to see a lot of products, but if you're short on cash, I wouldn't even recommend that. Just put in the brute force. We've all done it. We all
Yeah.
put in the trench work, right? Building up that cash flow, building up that nest egg.
Exactly.
And then ultimately, when you have a little more cushion, maybe you invest in a TA account or something like that, just so you can have an automatic influx of products to go over. Also, while you're doing manual searching, right?
Yeah,
You can
I
be
don't think you're ever gonna need TA, to be honest, just because if you do it right, you'll never, like, we needed it at the start, but like now we kind of don't, you know what I mean? Just because you get good at on your own. Like, I think you'll probably never really need it, but who knows? You know, there's obviously, I'm not saying TA is bad, but it's just like those who are really good with reverse sourcing typically don't need it as much. But some people love it. I mean, that are doing way more than me. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's not one size fits all, and all that, definitely.
Yeah.
Where do you, we'll say, fast forward to September, what would ideally, if you had to give us like a sales number, what would you be at ideally in September?
How many months down the line is that? May, June,
Call it 3 months, 3 or 4 months in advance. It doesn't matter.
4 or 5 months. I
At
don't know.
least,
I don't really like to
you know,
put. I don't really like to put number goals in place because
why?
then I put a cap on myself, right? I just want to commit to
Like,
growing my skill set,
yeah, I feel that. Yeah,
and
definitely.
I
then
mean,
the
yes,
sales
yeah,
come.
okay.
I mean, because like I don't have a ton of money to deploy right now, so it wouldn't make sense to have like a spend goal, right?
Spend all of it, I guess. would be
Yeah,
would be the goal. Yeah. But yeah, also
But
like there's probably, hopefully there'll be some home run like retail arbitrage type bolos, you know,
yeah.
that can go hand, because that's the stuff that can really multiply capital quickly. You know what I mean? Like maybe pools. I don't know if pools would be good. I assume, let's talk about that. I assume pool retail prices will be very inflated, because they'll
I
have,
would agree.
and hope, may, I don't know about their supply chain, but it might be like it'll be drastically better, I would assume, than 2 years ago. I'm no expert, but I don't know. I feel like they'll be so much more prepared, or at least I'm sure they tried to be a lot more prepared. But who knows?
Yeah. I mean, there's always going to be a period of time where there's arbitrage seasonality or seasonality based on or arbitrage based on the seasonality, right? There's just too much demand in the marketplace to supply locally, right? So there's always going to be that opportunity, but as Miles was just pointing out, I don't think it'll be as long, as prolonged, right?
Or as large margin wise. Yeah, something like
Because what happens, right? You're local, you go to your closest Walmart, they don't have anything. You go to your closest Target, they don't have them. Then where do you go? You go to Amazon.
And some
right?
people just go straight to Amazon for the convenience. You know, like
Exactly.
I'm not gonna go look in Walmart for something. I'll just order it off Amazon, you know, just depending how you
Yeah.
value the time or whatever. But also,
And I
you know,
think
different ship.
more and more people are just defaulting to that rather than going out and looking, which is, I mean,
Yeah.
obviously good for.
But yeah. So that's interesting. Yeah, and for those listening that aren't familiar, basically the past 2 years, there's been a big pool arbitrage because people didn't want to go to public pools or whatever, and all the resellers would buy all the ones locally, which people were already looking for pools in Amazon prior, but now that they couldn't find them locally, people were looking even more. So that created some huge bags on stuff that's like, you know, 260 retail, selling for like 800 after fees, you double your money, that kind of thing. A bunch of freight shipping. I did a little bit of that. I know some people that were making tens of thousands in profit doing all that kind of stuff. And the other big seasonal would be Q4, obviously, which is mainly different toy type items. And then there was also chlorine, some different stuff like that. And you weren't around you started in December, right, Billy?
yeah. Yeah, I wasn't around for all that.
And how'd you find Amazon and all that?
YouTube, like Reezy and Avery Rakin, and then I saw you on Twitter.
Hmm.
Uh, and then
Oh yeah,
I
because
found
you
your
said
YouTube.
you've been trying stuff for a while.
Yeah,
Look,
not like I've
like
never really gone like full in with anything, but I've messed around on Shopify.
well, it seems like then the first thing you went all in on has worked pretty well then.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know what I
I
mean?
mean, I'm not crushing it with sales, but I
You-
feel like
You're
I
making
have
way more than
a
you
lot of
make working part-time. And I
yeah,
assume making way better connections than you would, you know?
And just having a whole
definitely.
lot more fun. But the
Yeah,
thing is, right, and we talk about this all the time, right? Assuming you have the prerequisite knowledge, which is kind of your stage, you're gaining that. Once you develop that, your business is going to grow as your credit grows.
right.
Your business scales as your credit scales, as your spending power scales. Right. So as long as you develop the engine now, which is the knowledge of taking in the consuming the data from Keepa, once you unlock that spending power, your business is going to explode. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
Because
So
I
it's
feel
just
like
more motivation to just put your head down, look at as many Keepa graphs as possible, consume that data, evaluate and find the red flags that are apparent. What's a good product, what's not, be able to distinguish that, develop that skill, and then just keep growing. Because then ultimately your spending power is going to catch up to you, and then it's just game on. There's nothing stopping you from doing 50, 100, 150,000.
yes, sir.
that's the
Yes,
goal.
that'll go. This is actually kind of cool. It's like a live consultation, I guess we could say. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know what we'll title it, but maybe something like that. I don't know, but I
Yeah,
think it's gonna be pretty educational. And make sure you guys, Billy is posting some of the most fun and energetic on content. So you guys see his name on the screen in the description. Make sure to go follow me. Maybe shoot him a DM. Let him know BBB
Yeah.
sent. You know what I mean? Yeah.
let them know BBB
Yeah,
said.
let him know BBB sent you, man. Yeah. Yeah. So that'll be
I
good.
did there's a
Huh?
couple tutorials on my page too.
Oh man, there's a lot of good stuff on there. And what inspired you to make all the content?
I just
That's
knew
what
that it would benefit me.
stuff. Yeah, you
I
just
just had like we've been around, like we grew up in this era. We know how important it is. And I just felt like documenting my journey from the start. Like there was no downside really.
But like, see,
Um,
you're right. But a lot of people, including myself, don't make that step on their own. Right? I wouldn't have made that step without this bozo. That's just a fact. Everyone knows it's good. Everyone knows you have to do it. It's just like your veggies.
well, you
Everyone
don't
knows.
have to. I'd say it's important, but not necessary, obviously. It's very helpful, but not necessary,
Yeah.
because
Okay.
right,
That's fair.
if the goal is, to like, let's say, right, the goal is to make money on Amazon, right? You do not need a great network to make money on Amazon. A great network, or even just network in general, people you can bounce ideas off, stuff like that. Getting a
yeah,
little active on here on the stream, but that kind of thing is unbelievably helpful, right? Because you're not going to be able to find, you're probably not going to find people in real life, or at least easily find people in real life, in your local network, local area, that kind of stuff, that you guys just happen to run into each other and you're like, hey, I do e-commerce too. That's probably not going to happen. It's never happened to me. Has never happened to a lot of people I've talked to and everything. But you go on Instagram, hashtag Amazon FBA, you're obviously listening to the Buy Box Bandits, right? There's a great community of people that it's awesome to get to know. And just
great community.
opportunities come to you. You know what I mean? They just come to you when you're kind of in the network of that. You were able to go to Miami and hang out with several multimillionaires, and they did. Some of them know you when you introduce yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. That's a beautiful thing. Yeah.
Yeah, making the account has definitely been good. Just right from the beginning, I was interacting with as many people as I could, just asking questions, letting them know
Up
where I
on
was at.
stories. Yeah, you guys got to swipe up on the stories. Yeah.
And
Even associating, even like mentioning, like associating with us, your account's gonna grow because of it. Like you're
yeah,
gonna go from 0 to 1,000 followers in probably like a month or two, a couple months, right? Just naturally being around some of the people, obviously like Miles, that are more established.
right. Yeah, and I don't want to be the guy that hangs on to the coattails, but eventually I'll develop my own skill set that I can provide value to other people as well, hopefully. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
That's all
clearly
about.
you are. People wouldn't be messing with you if you weren't.
True.
like, right, all right, there's, you guys never know who's watching, right? Like every week I'm like, very lucky to get messaged by new people. Oh, you helped me out with that. Like a lot of you Buy Box Bandit listeners, we chop it up and everything. We get talking, like, oh, you love the podcast, right? That helps us make more. It's that flywheel, right? You make more content, you help more people, you make more friends, you make more money, you make more content, you make more friends, you make more money, you make more, that kind of thing. You enjoy it more. It's the flywheel effect. Same thing with selling items, right? You sell more, you source more profitable items, which means you then sell more items, you make more money, you get better at it. So then you source more profitable items somewhere, and you make more money. It's the flywheel effect that really can, make things really good over time and all that.
I mean, and the fact of the matter is, right, like Miles and I, all of us who've been in the game, someone was there to help us when we had questions.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd
Right?
be
Like
yeah,
we didn't, we there was not every single point where we know everything. We asked someone just like people ask us the same thing, right? So it's kind of like a passing the baton down the fairway, right? We're obviously helping you and helping you along. There's going to be a point in time where people are going to be asking, or they're already asking you, but you were going to
I'm
be
sure it's already happening.
providing value, just as much value to other people. That's just how it works, right? That's the community that we've kind of built with Amazon, right? It's a helpful, inclusive community that it's just kind of cool to be a part of.
Absolutely.
Interesting. So what else we got? So we were just on YouTube Live, which you've actually been a nice addition to the YouTube Live crew, for sure.
Yeah.
Were you around for the you weren't around for the era last summer when we were going hard with it?
No, I don't think so.
We're going hard. We're kind of going hard with it now. We're back a few times a week, definitely. But there was an era when basically
we were grinding
to become a monetized YouTube channel. You need 4,000 hours of watch time, which is a lot when you haven't hit it.
I heard a lot of people talking about that. Like Kevin wants to go there.
Yeah. So basically, right, when you live stream, the average view duration was like 4 times the average view duration of a normal video, and it would get the same amount of views right over time, or just during the live stream and everything, because there's more interaction. It's a I guess just kind of a better viewing experience in the time. After the fact, it's not, in my opinion, but during it definitely is. Just based on the way people watch and everything, and from my perspective. So the average view duration would skyrocket. So I could put up like 100 hours of watch time in a day from a YouTube stream, but from a normal video, I would put up like 10 or 15. So it made sense that like for like a month and a half straight, I would just go hard streaming. And for my birthday, we did how long was the birthday stream?
It was, I think 6 hours. It was 6 to 12, or maybe, I think it was 6 hours.
Let me check.
How many people joined? You remember?
A lot.
Oh, okay, it was 5 hours exactly. I want to see right at the end. I think I just turned it off immediately when it hits 5 hours.
And I was never mind.
You gotta say.
Actually, I was drinking the entire time, right? And so by the end of it,
it hits 5 minutes and I just turn it off immediately.
Oh my God.
I'm laying in bed. I'm literally like laying in bed. Cody's really geeked out, and it's probably about to end. There it is. We say goodbye. It's 5 hours and it's gone. Yeah.
I started when we started the thing. At the end, I was gone.
Let's do another marathon, because I gotta get my YouTube channel going.
Yeah, well, when's your birthday? That'd be a good excuse to run it up.
October 28th.
Oh, so that's like after mine. Yeah. Wait, so will you be 21 or 20?
21
in
in October.
Cool. Yeah. Oh, what was I gonna say? Oh, I had something. Oh, you got to post those interviews you did at the Miami event on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the one I did with Avery. He's got to give me the video for it.
Oh, because that's the good quality.
It was on Rakin's.
I'm sure it's yeah. Rakin doesn't.
Whose idea was that? That was cool.
I just thought that I might as well interview people while I'm here because it's good content.
Oh,
and then Avery,
I gotta run up. Yeah, I gotta beat them.
Let's do it on the legit camera, and I was like, okay, why not?
And exactly, dude. Literally 2 months ago, you were brand new, and now he's offering you to use his camera to fit.
It's crazy.
That's leverage, right? He understands you have distribution, which you created through sweat equity, engaging, and showing up every day, right? Like you show up every day. You're posting banter. It might be weird to some people, but you're showing up every day posting banter and answer. Like, are you answering questions in the DMs? I would assume, and all that.
All the time.
Yes.
Anyone who asks me a question, I'm gonna answer it. Like I look at my DMs like every 10 minutes.
Oh boy. Eventually, hopefully, you know, but maybe not that all, but you know, they're definitely necessary at the start. And all that. For sure. And you tossing up reels and all that. Yeah. I mean, this is just a good example, right? Dude, 3 months ago, you were brand new to this.
I know. And I knew from the beginning, like watching the videos, like I'm gonna meet these guys someday. Because I knew
It
that
happened probably way quicker than you thought.
it did. It
Yeah.
did.
And
Like
when I hit you with you want to join the group chat with all of us, and I don't know.
yeah, you added me to that. That was a big moment.
Really. And all those dudes love you.
motivating.
Yeah, all those guys are great. A lot of them come on the podcast too. And all that. Absolutely. So what do you think really is kind of moving forward? What do you really think you need to do to take this thing to the next level? You probably did right 5K or so in sales in March.
Yeah. I'm coming up on 10K total, like soon.
Yeah.
That'll be a good milestone to hit. But yeah, just getting a good list of items together, like replens, growing the credit, and then hopefully getting a prep center. You know, I want to get to a point where I can buying a ton of stuff confidently.
Yeah, and especially when you're back at school. But luckily, is you have 6 months between now and then to build. You know, so what? I guess 5 months, or assuming it starts in like early September, whatever. You have 5 months. 4.5 months, all that. Damn, that's crazy. My birthday is only 5 months away. Yeah, boys, set your calendar. September 10th. Flips from Miles birthday stream edition 2.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Have you like keyed in your parents in terms of anything you're doing yet, or have they noticed?
They know the Amazon like book stuff, but I haven't told them about the Instagram account or the Twitter or anything.
Yeah, I didn't tell anyone I knew. Does anyone in real life know? Like your boys?
No, I haven't told my
I don't know how algorithmically it hasn't shown up for anyone. Because
I know. I'm praying it doesn't.
No, but that's the thing, right? No one understands it, right? No one understood it when I started too, right? And now, like, obviously I don't want to say like the path I took is any better than anyone else's, you know what I mean? But at least like financially it's showing to be, at least right now, you know what I mean? Right. And just, I guess, lifestyle and all that, I'd hope to think either way, but I'm enjoying what I'm up to and everything like that. But they'll never understand it, and that's totally fine. Or they probably won't. Most people won't. Right. But that's
why I keep it to myself, because I don't want to have any negative energy.
They'll totally tease you. They're like, why are you doing that? And then they'll spend 4 hours watching other people's YouTube videos at night, not knowing that you're building the foundation of being that resource that other people consume, the creator that other people consume, and all that.
Yep.
Did you transition your personal account into your Billy Flips account, or did you just start fresh?
Clearly,
no, I deleted my personal account a couple months ago.
I'm a big fan of that too. I did that as well almost a year ago.
There's no point in having one.
Yeah, right. Obviously, it's great to keep up with your friends and everything, but if anything important happens in your friend's life, you'll find out not on Instagram.
Give me a call if one of my good friends has a problem. You can call me.
Yeah, you'll be tapped into that, and no one cared that you deleted your account either. No one cared with mine, for sure. You know what I mean? They just keep living their life. It's totally cool. You know what I mean? Like no hard feelings or whatever. Okay, so for the beginner, what are some stuff you wish you could tell yourself in December 3-4 months ago when you were starting?
I don't know. I feel like I made a lot of good mistakes. Like, I don't really know if I would change anything. I mean, maybe building some credit up in the beginning and having a little bit more. That's
definitely hindsight. Yeah, I regret that as well. I didn't get my first card till I was almost 21.
Yeah. And then I did have a couple mistakes, like where I was scanning way too many books, like every single one.
Oh, you were scanning nonfiction or fiction?
Yeah, like the bad stuff.
Yeah.
You kind of weed through all that stuff as you go.
And exactly, right? And you're a better man for doing that sweat equity, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Cool. All right. Okay. So I guess probably finish up here. Then last hard plug of the IG. Where can they find you?
At Billy Flips, baby. Instagram and Twitter.
Does at Billy Flips with no underscore not exist?
There is an underscore, at the end.
Is he active? No, the Billy Flips with no underscore.
I don't know if there is. I don't know. Let me look.
There must be, yeah. Because get it with no underscore, because it's so much easier to just say Billy Flips. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I know.
No, I'm kidding.
I'm looking at
And
it. I'm looking it up right now. Um, it doesn't look. It doesn't look like it's active.
oh yeah, hit the dude up and say what's good. I'm the real Billy Flips. I'm trying to make that. But either way, I mean, the right people will find you regardless. But yeah, Art, thanks for coming on, man. We'll definitely run another one in the future at some point. And
An
yeah,
official.
yeah, thank you guys for watching and all that. Buy Box Bandits. We'll be back at it on Tuesday. Should have a really good wholesale episode coming on Tuesday. But see you guys in the next one. Thanks a lot.